So this is how you make kombucha. You fill up a large pot with water and you bring it to a boil. And then as soon as this really starts to boil, I am going to turn the heat off and I'm going to add these tea bags. These are just the cheap classic blend from Aldi. And we'll put those in. Adding the tea bags, I just set them in. You can also do this by just making sun tea over the course of the day. 4 tea bags is what I use. Then I'm just going to let this cool, let the tea steep, and then I will add the sugar. Okay, so it's been several minutes and the tea has steeped, so I'm going to take those tea bags out. And now we're going to add a cup of sugar. You can see the tea is nice and brown. Hold on. And I just add about a cup of sugar. I don't like to use a ton of sugar, but that's what the kombucha eats. So I like to add it also when it's warm so that it dissolves easy. Okay, so now I'm going to stir it. Everything I've read about kombucha is that you shouldn't use metal things. Now I did make the tea in metal, but I'm using a wooden spoon to stir it. I'm just dissolving the sugar. So basically what you have now is sweet tea. Now I'm going to pour it into a gallon jar. Okay, so now we're putting the tea into the glass jar. That's okay. Okay, and you can just use however much tea you want. Once you get your kombucha going, you'll still have tea at the bottom, so you won't want to make quite a gallon, but this is the first time we're doing this one, so we don't have a full gallon, but that's fine. The SCOBY will just form to the shape of the container. So now this is my kombucha. I have a spigot, so I just do continuous brew. And what we're going to do now, I've washed my hands, we're going to take out the SCOBY. This is gross, but... So I have a really big SCOBY. Most SCOBYs are not this big. And then what we do is we just peel a layer off. So this is just a layer of SCOBY, disgusting looking, but, and then we just stick this in the tea, and then we take this jar and put it under there, and we'll put some, you have to put some starter in with the SCOBY. Just like, I don't know, half a cup would be plenty. That's probably good there. So now, you can set that back up on the counter. There you have it. So now we just we cover it with a cloth, like a dishcloth, and you let that sit for, it takes longer the first time, so about a week. The color will start to lighten up. This one is lighter than this one. It's hard to tell, but so once the color starts to lighten up, you can taste it and see if it is kind of fermented tasting, and then just go from there, and that I'll go to the next step later. So then I'm just going to put my SCOBY back in my jar if it'll fit. I think I'm going to take some more off before I do that. So